Okay, got the pan off. I don't know what the heck that goo was that was in there, but wow. Pretty sure that's the old non-detergent, probably single grade oil that's been in there since, you know, probably the 70s. But looking at the bottom end here, everything looks really good. I got end play in all the caps, I got end play in the crank. I got the wiggle a little bit now, so I think it's just because of the grease and the oil just turned to grease, I should say. It just made it stick. And other than that one cylinder, everything in this motor looks great. So it's kind of sad that it happened that way. So now it's up to the owner, actually a buddy of mine, what he wants to do. He has a 429 in his Cadillac now, and it's just got a lot of blow-by. And we're hoping we can just, you know, pop this one apart, reseal it, clean it, and put it in his caddy. But now we're looking at boring it in pistons, and, you know, the price just went up a lot. Heads need to be rebuilt. There's sticking valves, and I'm sure this has still got the old valve seats in them, so they either need to be machined out and put hardened seats in and all that fun stuff, which all costs money, and in this day and age money's not that easy to come by. So I just got off the phone with him, and now we're going to get that engine that's in his car up here, pull that one apart. Hopefully it's just, you know, rings and maybe a baffle fell off in the valley pan or something. Because it actually runs really good, doesn't use any oil, it just has a weird amount of blow-by. So, I think I'm going to pop the pistons out, get that all apart, and then kind of grease it up, bag it, tag it, and the plan is probably still rebuild this motor, but just won't be right now. I did go and clean some of the rust out of that cylinder. Now, let's see here if I can make it flip all the way around with one hand. I don't know if the light would show in there. I got the heavy rust up, but it pitted. Oh, I'd say a good 6-7 thousandths into the cylinder. You can just feel where just the water laid in there, and that whole area is just lower. And it's pitted pretty hard up on the top of the cylinder, because there's some pretty good stalagmites hanging from up there. So it's not going to hone out, I'm afraid. Which is sad, because all the other ones are just beauteous. I mean, there's very little lip. I mean, there's still crosshatch in there. But some little critter put his butt right over this intake valve and just kept pissing until it filled up that cylinder, and it's got a nasty smell. It ain't water. It's like moldy pee. Some evil little mouse somewhere. But it's been sitting a long time, so it's hard to say what's all happened to it. So, that is it. Oh, forgot to mention one other little weird tidbit. As y'all know, I'm a Chevy guy. So this is actually the first time I've ever been in an old Cadillac. I've been in the moderner Cadillac motors, the 500s, the 472s, the 425s, but never the old school ones. But the crankshaft's hollow. I thought that was really cool. I didn't think they did that other than on planes and, you know, boat motors and stuff like that. But yeah, it's all the main journals. They're actually hollow. See my fingers through the crank. I've never seen that before in an actual V8 gas motor. Heard about it, read about it. Kind of cool. Alright, back at it. Alright, it was a little creativity, got the crank out. Like I said, it's hollow, which is kind of neat. And actually, I thought about it, I think that 425 I took apart, that was hollow too, so this probably isn't the first one I've seen, but I didn't think they did this way back then. It's really kind of cool. Different. So obviously I got all the pistons out other than the one that's stuck. You know, it's not this frozen wrist pin, it's just water got in from the top. Kind of surprised that there's a neoprene seal in it. Really figured it would have been a rope seal. But the crank is in excellent shape. Bearings all look good. I mean, this would have been a runner. Camshaft, well, there's a couple lobes that are just starting to go around. Starting to lose their point to them. So I probably would have needed a camshaft here. It's a goofy little bugger. That's where the cam gear bolts on. That's where the fuel pump rides on. And that's where the oil pump drives and the distributor drives. Different. I'm sure that's an expensive little critter. But all the other pistons look good. The only thing that was kind of weird was almost most of them, the rings were all lined up. You guys can see that or not. I mean, I didn't shuffle them around. That's just the way they came out. But even like this one, you know, that's not very far apart. There was one of them here that the oil rings and everything lined up on them perfectly. So, and from what we can gather, like this one here, oil rings are lined up, and the middle rings lined up to that one. And judging, I don't see the gap anywhere. I'm guessing the other gap's underneath that goo. So that one's all lined up. But yeah, I don't think this motor's ever been apart. The bearings all are OEGM. Everything's standard. And just judging by how it was put together, I don't think anybody's ever been in here but me. It's clean. I mean, whoever had it definitely changed oil. It's not all boogered up. Like I said, the bearings are excellent. It's too bad that it got water in it. So I got this one soaking. I'll let it soak upside down for a little bit, then I'll flip it over and fill it up that way, and then let it soak overnight and get that little bugger out of there, and then bag it and tag it and wait until the money train shows up, and then we'll do the machine work and buy pistons and all that fun stuff and make this one a nice one. But for right now, I think we're going to try to get the other motor resealed and re-ringed. Hopefully that cuts down on his blow-by, and then he can drive that car, because that's a neat car. I'll have to see if I can figure out how I can post a link to his site, but he does have a video up of it. And that's it. So now I got a big old mess. Should have cleaned the workbench before I did this, but why would I do that? So I'll get this all cleaned up, organized, and then, I don't know, should I work in a Buick? I really don't want to. Hopefully Jamie's not watching this. I do need to do an oil change on the old mat rod. Get that up in the air, grease it, rotate the tires, get it ready for the season. We'll see. It's only 9:30, so I've been crack-a-lacking here all morning, making good progress. My determinationness. I think I messed that word up, Mr. Heavy Chevy. Otherwise, see you guys later.